Well, here they are. Oh my god.
Oh, who's this then?
Lord and Lady Chai, pray forgive our intrusion. I am given to understand you were in search of an artist.
Ah, you must be the new,
Oh, goodness me. What an adorable boy. That silken hair, those pearly cheeks. Oh, and you even smell wonderful, like a bed of flowers.
Please stop smelling.
I approve of this one, dearest. I am positive he'll paint us the most delightful pictures.
yes. Well, as long as he paints better than that talentless wretch we sent packing last week.
Wonderful, wonderful. Welcome to Yulmore.
Alphino, if it please you, my lady. And this is my assistant.
Hello.
Your assistant? I've heard of folk bringing in family members, but this seems a bit irregular. Aren't you a little young to have a protege?
We are family in all but name, my lord. Though we share no blood, we have stood by each other through life's many challenges, resolved to prevail together or not at all.
Now it's become even more of a talker, huh?
Of all people, 'tis she who best understands my work. With her unique insight guiding my hand, the art I create is sure to satisfy your expectations. Once the picture is begun, of course, I shall have no need of constant encouragement. And so I wondered, rather than her being in your way, might it then be permissible for my assistant to explore the city she has so longed to see? Out of gratitude for her priceless contribution to my art, I thought it only fair that I make this humble request on her behalf.
Oh, did you ever hear of such devotion? Of course your assistant must have her wish. She shall be free to roam to our heart's content. Isn't that right, darling?
Oh, yes. Yes, of course, dearest. Quite right.
What's up with these two? He seems kind of out of it. Well, I guess I'm Alphino's assistant now. Hold on. Oh wait. Hey, Boots. Now you've the opportunity to experience Yulmore. I suggest you make the most of it. Explore the city top to bottom. In other words, I would start with the canopy and go from there. Try wandering around the market stalls, mayhap. Such places are usually filled with colorful characters, only too eager to share local gossip with a friendly visitor. I would appreciate it, of course, if you could share any discoveries with me in turn. We should both learn as much as possible about our new place of residence. Got you, buddy. Can I attune to this now? Since I'm now an official thingamajiggy? Nope, okay. No, I may not. Well, maiden. Oh, hello there. A fresh new register, are we? You seem a little lost. Well, 'tis lovely to make your acquaintance. Speaking of acquaintances, you wouldn't happen to have run into my attendant on your wanderings, would you? Big, strong lad, long hair, tied back. He was escorting me on a shopping errand when I realized I dropped my handkerchief. And now I've been waiting here all alone while he's been off searching for it. I'm not terribly fond of being alone. If you do see him, I would be obliged if you could pass on this message. Forget the silly handkerchief and return to my side at once. Huh. What is with these people? You okay, my guy? Wicked white, that was too close. Thank you, friend. I don't know what I would have done if you hadn't come along. I was trying to rescue my lady's handkerchief, you see. The wind must have blown it over the edge, but luckily it caught on something. I thought if I could just stretch out far enough. Then you fell over, huh? You must think highly of your mistress. She's my entire world. Without her, I am nothing. When I first came to Yulemoor, I thought only of improving my lot in life. But there is so much more to the city than wealth and plenty. There is no war here, no conflict. The residents all treat each other with warmth and respect. My mistress has ever been so kind to me. And I can think of no other place in Colusia where I could possibly be happier. Sorry, I might have gotten a little carried away. I find it hard to stop when I start counting my blessings these days. Please, you should come with me to meet my lady. If she hears of your deed, you'll be a witness to her generosity firsthand. What? Lonely, you say? Curse my clumsy feet. I must return to her immediately. Nope, I didn't want... I can't TP back here. My attendant told me everything. I am so very grateful you were there to offer your assistance. Problem. You my dedicated patron. Oh, my attitude is not unusual, I assure you. Without the efforts of our bonded residents, we free citizens would not enjoy the pleasures of our daily lives. They are deserving our unending gratitude. Mayhap in another society, our different standing would breed prejudice or resentment. But in Yulemoor, a most glorious measure is in place to avert such unpleasantness. Part of that measure requires that the free surrender their fortunes. Upon registration, all of our property, financial, intellectual, or otherwise, is given over to the city. In exchange, we are provided with ample funds and commodities to live a life of pampered luxury. Being liberated from the concern of earning coin has an almost miraculous effect on people's outlook. There are no rivals to compete against, only fellow residents with whom to enjoy our tranquil existence. Now, if you'll excuse us, I must see what the markets have to offer as a reward for the return of my handkerchief. But I've not forgotten you, of course. A courageous messenger turned rescuer. But does everybody feel that way? I don't know about that. All this talk of relying on the bonded, I haven't given a thought as to what your duties might be. I hope I haven't interrupted your work unduly. No. We tour the city, is it? Then you really must visit the beehive. It's always buzzing with activity. Local humor. Anyway, a lady by the name of Tista B usually has her seat near the entrance. She will gladly speak with you on any number of topics, assuming you find yourself on her good side. And more... Oh, I didn't even do that. And more people I can, Is this a strip club that I saw? Oh, it is. Look at that. Welcome to the beehive, my little drone. Seeking the sting of excitement to liven up your day? You can tell at a glance when folk are new to our happy colony. It's the nervous fluttering, you see, always gives them away. Why don't we play some cards to set you at your ease, eh? Quick a game of high or low. It's simply a matter of guessing who has the bigger hand. If you win, I'll grant you a single favor. Within reason, of course. Interested? Sure. Ready for a game of high or low then? Play. Good for you. No time like the present, I say. Three cards for you, 3 cards for me. You flip one of yours over and I flip 2 of mine. Now, what's your call? We're told to be higher or lower than mine? I got what? 4, 6. 4, 6, and then there's 7. I want to risk it. I say higher. Going with high then? Alright, let's see what we got. That's an 18 and you have total 15. God damn it. You lose. Is it random or is it just the same? Sorry honeybee, but this match goes to me. Yes. What if it's random? Oh my god. I got 18, so and I'll call high this time. Again. You have total of 18. I win! Yay! Congratulations, your guess was right. Immediately I conceded for defeat at this point, but what do you say to a rematch? One more win and then we'll talk about that favor. Another match of high or low. Come now. Okay. I don't know if there's an actual like thing to this or if I just guess. 3 cards for you, 3 cards for me. You flip one of yours over and I flip 2 of mine. Yeah, fuck. Go low this time? I go low. Oh damn. God damn it. I'll hide this time. God damn it. Oh, I'm playing again. Jesus Christ. It has to be low, right? Unless I get too fucking... Oh. Oh, there you go. Well, would you look at that? I think you've got a knack for this newcomer. Congratulations, victory is yours, as is the prize I promised. Oh god, I skipped. That's all. How delightfully wholesome. But if knowledge is what you want, then that is what you shall have. In my humble estimation, the most wondrous thing about this town is how safe we are from the Sin Eaters. You see, Lord Valthree was born with the power to command them, which means no Yomoran need ever raise a weapon in defense of the city. Was that the kind of thing you wish to know? If your itch still needs scratching, you might get a few words out of Otharn over there. There's not that Mary Sot likes more than the sound of his own voice. And them. Sounds a little fishy. Was that you to El Yulmore, you say? Only just arrived and already you're looking to peel away the layers of mystery? I'm all for chatting, but you need to slow down and enjoy life, my friend. I'll tell you what, you hop on stage and give us a dance first, and then we can have our little talk. Ooh. I don't know how to pole dance though. I'll give you the Mandeville Dance if anything. Oh, I just got dance regular. I was about to hit him with the Vanderbilt Dance. Now that was a show. You're welcome to clamber up on stage anytime you like. So what was it you wanted to ask me? Oh yeah, something about our fair city. Well, I can tell you it wasn't always so peaceful as it is today. The Ulmoran army may be the very essence of military might, but even our forces saw grievous losses in the war against the Sin Eaters. Things changed for us, around 20 years ago now, when the old ruler's son came to power. He's got this way with the Eaters, you see, turns them docile as house cats. It wouldn't be exaggerating to say they become something of an ally to Yulmore, no longer an enemy to be feared. Yet elsewhere there are still fools who insist on fighting their losing battles. Pah! A toast to Lord Vorthry. You gained a preliminary sense of the city. Thais and Alphino will be expecting your return. I'm guessing he made a deal with them, but then again, didn't they say that they don't exactly speak to or they don't listen to reason? I was thinking that he was like offering up the bonded, but he wouldn't do that if he threw that other guy out. Yeah, I don't know what it means. How can he control them? Oh, you returned from your jaunt around the city so soon? You needn't have hurried back. Young Alphino has yet to put brush to canvas. One cannot rush good art, I'm told. Or good artists, apparently. Ah, finally. Ooh, he got some new duds. Look at that. Looking fancy. Fancy smancy. I put together an ensemble of the garments you chose. Is this satisfactory? Oh god. Oh goodness gracious me. The last outfit was precious, but this makes you look positively dashing. You truly are a handsome boy, however am I to decide. I don't recall this part of the artistic process. Exactly. The lad is an artist, dearest, not a dress-up doll. About time we set him to work for the reason we called him here. Must we? I do love a good painting, but I thought since we were enjoying ourselves so thoroughly. Well, I'm not. That is to say, as long as you. Just make sure you give the lad time to prepare. We know who will be upset if he's not ready to paint at a moment's notice. Whatever you say, darling. So, shall we pick out some jewelry next? It's a good thing Alphino's a pretty boy, huh? I think Alphino looks simply precious in the more frilly fashions, but he seems the most comfortable in traveling wear. So I settled on his current wardrobe. It's not a common style in Yulmore, and I can just imagine the heads turning as he strides through the crowd. Lady Chai has a very particular sense of beauty, and apparently that extends to how I should dress whilst painting. So this obsession of hers works in our favor. The time I spend indulging these distractions, time you can use to continue your explorations. For this excursion, I'd like you to delve into the lair below us and sniff about the military headquarters. I'm sure the understory has its own tale to tell. Yeah, if the Nudu rules this place, is can't just, you know, make the Senators go away. That was the use of an army for. Hello. So just to make sure that nobody gets in. What is that? Is that a cell? Why is it so fancy? Probably gonna be in there eventually. Weeping Warbler. Nara. No, sniff. Fine. You're one of the bonded, aren't you? Like me. Please, I need your help. My throat. I can't sing anymore. I've been making excuses, but it's just not getting any better. My patron thinks I'm of no use to him then. I need you to sneak out to the derelicts and describe my condition to Thorich. To list the symptoms and a hunk of mule to pay for his medicines. Please, I have no one else to turn to. Alrighty then. Gotta go all the way down. Heading out over here though. Can't exactly TP out of this. Wait, I can TP out of this, I think. Buttress and night. The glory gate. There you go. Over here. Do they just throw their trash out on here? There's other cities. Are these other... There? Look, there's one right here. Is that filled with people too? Hee hee. You need medicines, tonics, potions? A cure for an alien voice, is it? No, no medicine will cure this. Methinks your songbird has a lump in her throat. Must be cut out, excised, and even then the voice may never heal completely. Hey, poor little songbird. Will they kick her from the nest, I wonder? Or simply silence her chirps? Oh, your face! You didn't know! Of the many hopefuls who enter the city, very few are ever seen to leave, even as corpses. Oh, you might see one or two fortunate souls hurled from the balconies, but the rest? Gone. A town of nightmares it is. Not for this ship's rat, oh no no. I am content to scurry around down here and nibble on the crumbs which fall from the table. The consultation is over. I have my verdict and I have my meal. Good day. Ah, so it's rare that somebody gets actually thrown out. My theory is soon becoming is still holding water. They might be using these ones, using any that can't continue their services up there as a food. Wow! That's some bad news for you. Did you get any medicine? So that's it? What am I to do if I can't sing? Oh, there you are, my sweet canary. You've been crying again? Don't tell me your voice is still not on the mend. It's still on the mend. Oh, generous sir, have mercy. I've done all I can, but even the apothecary said... You've been suffering all this time. I'm sorry, my pet. I hadn't realized... You're my pet. I hadn't realized your affliction was this grave. But you needn't fret. I'll not reward your hours of trilling by casting you out into the street. You're too kind, sir. What use am I if I cannot sing? I fear the day I become more burden to you than treasure. Then I shall have a word with Lord Valthree and arrange for your ascension. That paradise where resides neither pain nor illness, will your song ring out clearly once again? Or mayhap you think it is a step too far? No, you would do that for me? Of course. Why, I would almost wish to hasten my own ascension, knowing your blessed instrument was waiting there to greet me. Ascension. Ah, you must be a new arrival. Allow me to explain. As all know, the Sin Eaters exist to devour the sinful, but also do they serve to gather the souls of the innocent and shepherd them unto celestial paradise. It is through Lord Vothry that we learned this truth. It is through Lord Vothry's grace that the free people of Yomor are destined to embrace salvation. We are blessed to spend our days surrounded by love and merriment. So at last we are called to our final rapture. Even the bonded may find a place within that host, if their patrons deem them worthy. Lord Vothry truly is a great man, isn't he? Now if you will excuse us, we must be on our way. May you find eternal salvation for the compassion you have shown my precious canary. Vothry's lying to the... He's... Listeners. Good to see you back. You were taking so long I began to worry something had happened. I began sketching an outline for the portraits, but nay, the chairs appear otherwise occupied. Will you share that your investigations have gleaned thus far? So, Lord Vothry boasts some manner of influence over the Sin Eaters, does he? That would explain the reverence in which he is held by the citizenry. And as for this ascension business, I cannot help but be put in the mind of that apothecary and his ominous remarks. So many folk have entered the city over the years, and where do they go? I take my eye off you for one moment and you've been chattering away with that assistant of yours? Am I to assume the outline is done then? What in the blazes? It's so unflattering. Explain yourself, Alphino. Where is your artistic interpretation? It should evoke images of affluence and nobility. Overwhelm the viewer with its boundless beauty. Lord Chai, you stated that this portrait was to commemorate your anniversary. As being a joyous union, it seemed to me that a realistic portrayal. Realistic? I don't want realism, I want perfection. A spectacle to slackened jaws and weakened knees. Most people cry out in amazement. I'll fetch a blank canvas and... Oh God. I say, did that come from above? It's these jesters again. Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. A tale to make you quiver and your noble blood freeze. There was a villain on the loose, set to ruin our fair city. But our Lord has got him now, and his fate will not be pretty. Yes, the hammer of justice is poised to come crashing down, and one and all who to watch it fall are invited to join his lordship in the offer. Malcontent? How dreadful. And this man is to face sentencing? That's right, in fact. If you're curious, it might be worth you going along for the experience. The offer they mentioned is part of the Emergent, the level above us where Lord Vothry resides. Ordinarily, you would be barred from entering, but it seems they'll be opening its doors for the next little while. The crown lift will take you up there. I'd better not dawdle then. Gonna see what it is exactly Lord Vothry is doing. I can even see how he looks. Joining up the crowd up there? Yeah. Oh my God.
That's him. That's Vothry.
It looks like fucking Gragas. I had more blended beard than he would, but God damn, look at him. Ugh. Oh my. Yeah, aren't those
He's attended by sin eaters. But how does he keep them from attacking?
Mercy! Mercy!
By the 12. Kaishia, what happened to you?
Who are these impudent louts? I do not recall requesting their presence.
Lord Dvortri, what is the meaning of this? Why is this poor man bleeding to death on your floor?
Why? You ask me why? Because criminals must be punished. And this man is guilty of fraud. He came to us, claiming to be a man of business. Yet his subsequent conduct has shown him to be anything but. Europe is a city built on love for one's fellow man. Those who have naught to give and live only to take are a blight upon our society! To atone for this crime, I ordered that he fling himself from the balcony. And he had the temerity to weep. Please, my lord, anything but that! What then is a man of mercy to do? But offer the sinner another way to show his contrition.
Another way? Meaning what exactly?
Sin-eaters are part of Yulmor's society, but they must be fed with ether. Living ether. So, I demanded an offering of flesh, carved by his own hand, from his own hide. And still, he could not do as I asked. A wholly unsatisfactory performance.
'Tis true that Kaishia won his place here by fraud, but his actions were driven only by a desire to share in your paradise. That you would cast him out I could almost accept, but to humiliate him thus, to demand his very life? Is this truly the way of Yulmor?
Oh, you dim, deluded child. Have you ever paused to consider what it takes to maintain such a paradise in this barren, broken world of ours? The guarantee of safety and stability. The knowledge that if one only abides by the rules, one has naught to fear. I alone can offer these things, for I alone can command the Sin-Eaters. And thus am I alone the voice of justice, and any who oppose me, villains to be punished.
They're just eating it all up.
And people call this paradise.
You were granted a place in my city for a particular skill. What was it?
Painting.
Oh, an artiste! Then you shall paint a picture for me of Yulmor. If I find your art pleasing, then I may excuse this display of insolence. Who gave you permission to tend to that criminal's wounds? I told you to paint me a picture!
What you need is a mirror, not a painting. It will capture the horror I see before me far better than I ever could.
Oh, he fucking clapped back.
Can you walk? I think so.
That little worm just insulted me.
It took him that long to realize.
I'll kill them! I'll kill them all! I'll enslave their minds! Torment them! Torture them! Then tear out their hearts!
Ooh, who was that? God damn. Forgive me, in my anger I seem to have marched us back outside again. Ooh, sorry about that. So it is probably best we leave the island altogether. I believe we've worn out our welcome in Yomor. In any case, I've seen enough of the world's self-proclaimed capital city to convince me that our battle against the Sin Eaters will find new allies in Colusia. I will accompany you back to the Crystarium. We need to regroup and think on our strategy anew. Kashir, I have done you a great disservice. You were hungry and desperate, and I offered you a solution without once considering the risks inherent in you accepting it. If I had but known the price you would be made to pay. You gave me everything I needed to make your ideal work. It was me who made a mess of things, not you. But even after all that trouble I caused, you still stepped in and saved me, and now Lord Vothri wants us all dead. Why not come back with us to the Crystarium? I'm certain we can find work for you there if you are willing. No, that would just be me leaning on your kindness again. I need to do something. I need to do some thinking. Learn how to stand on my own 2 feet. Very well, but you must promise you'll be careful. The Yulmorans may yet come looking for us. I'll keep my head down, don't worry. You take care too. Give me the chance to repay what you've done for me. Alfredo. Lord and Lady Chai. What in the blazes did you do? They have the entire city looking for you. I took a peek at your unfinished portrait, Alfano. Now I've had many a beautiful and striking picture painted for me, but there was something about your work. It was as if you had caught the very essence of our love and rendered it naked upon the canvas. It was bold, unflinching, and I adored it. Please, you must come back with us and finish what you began. I will speak with Lord Vothri and vouch for your character. I'm sure we can smooth over any hard feelings. I'm sorry, Lady Chai. There are more important matters to which I must attend. More important? What could be more important than enjoying the days we have left to us to the fullest? Pray press me no further. We are leaving, but I will not presume to take the garments you were so kind to procure for me. One moment. I wouldn't hear of it. Keep the clothes, you silly boy, I insist. And I shall make arrangements so that you can pass through the gate without causing a stir. I expect you to come and visit. I will return, I promise you that. The outrage I witnessed must not go unanswered. The next time we meet, I shall be better prepared to confront the corruption which hides behind the glittering facade. Oh. Well, time to go back. Alizé is waiting for us. God damn, though. Wonder how he's able to influence those Sin Eaters at all, though. Is it actually just giving them food? Basically, well, that's what he said, right? They need living ether. So I guess if they act nothing more than beasts, then they can be tamed like beasts. Thank you, my friend, for staying at my side through this whole sordid endeavor. While it's not quite the joyous outcome I had hoped for, our efforts have nevertheless answered a great many questions. Suffice it to say, our plans for saving the First are unlikely to involve the aid of Lord Vothri and his subjects. Come, we must speak with the Exarch and chart a new course. This is far from over. remember the names of these things to also get. Look at that one. Oh my god, that one. Lewd. Ah, it is good to be back amongst friends, not to mention my dear sister. I have not seen her for some time, but I gather she is as keen to press on with our plans as I am. And you've seen quite a lot of the first yourself now, more than enough to appreciate the scale of the obstacles we face. Let us lay our discoveries before the Exarch and discuss what must be done. Brought them both back. Is that a million XP? Is that what that said?
And so you return. Have you gained a better understanding of the crisis now faced by the First?
Better is not the word I would use. Some lands may have been spared the flood, but the survivors live only to suffer. There seems no end to the horrors inflicted by the Sin Eaters.
Indeed. Those abominations are a calamity in their own right. And I can well imagine how hopeless the task of eradicating them must seem to you. But after countless battles and untold sacrifice, we have identified a potential weakness.
Ooh.
Sin Eaters are drawn to serve the strongest of their kind, a class of creature we call Light Wardens. And from what we have been able to ascertain, only a handful of these entities exist. Just as an ant colony will perish in the absence of its queen, we believe that the death of a Light Warden will cause the lesser creatures within its sphere of influence to disperse.
I have a feeling Yulmul might have something to say about any concerted action we take against these monsters.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't like it, huh?
Vorthra's command over the Sin Eaters is integral to Yulmoran society. In seeming to guarantee his people's safety, it guarantees their obedience. He will not take kindly to us depriving him of such useful allies.
Agreed. Thus we will need to occupy or otherwise divert his forces whilst we proceed with the business of eliminating the Wardens. Until we have done so, all other considerations must be set aside if we are to forestall the 8th Umbral Calamity.
Are you sure eliminating the Wardens will be enough?
Your uncertainty is understandable, given the circumstances. Perhaps a more detailed explanation is in order. To begin at the beginning, then.
Oh.
In the ancient past, a single star was divided into 14 worlds. This is the source, your home. These others are the 13 shards, in whose number we find the first. Though physically separate, they retain a connection to each other, and with the source especially.
Big one, the source, I'm guessing?
Now, let us assume that a given element in one of the shards attains abnormal ascendancy. Just as water will flow from the highest point to the lowest, the excess energy will begin trickling into the source. And such an influx of ether will of course exert a palpable influence. If the element in question were fire, then drought and wildfires might ensue. If it were ice, one might expect the weather to turn bitterly cold. As ether continues to pour in, such phenomena will become more and more extreme, until eventually, a single, untimely event triggers a disaster which cracks the barrier dividing the two worlds. What was once a trickle now becomes a deluge, sweeping the shard along to be rejoined with the source. At the same time, the element which held sway in the shard is unleashed in full, its energies amplifying the original disaster to truly catastrophic proportions.
That's how calamities happen.
An earthquake thus magnified might strike with enough force to shatter continents. A tidal wave might swell to a size capable of drowning entire nations. These devastating events are what we refer to as Umbral Calamities. 7 times has a calamity befallen the source. 7 times has a shard been absorbed.
Second one. Third one. That was the most recent calamity.
At present, the light-drowned realm of the First stands perilously close to meeting the conditions for a rejoining. It is the Sin Eaters who are to blame for the Light's continued dominance. In addition to attracting their lesser kin, the Light Wardens I mentioned earlier radiate ether, saturating every corner of their territory with light. Even here in the flood-spared region of Northrant, their influence is strong enough to banish night from the sky. Thus, if we are to restore balance to the First and head off a potential calamity, it is imperative that we put each and every Light Warden to the sword.
We've been doing our best to take the fight to the enemy ever since we first heard the Exarch's explanation.
Though we have yet to claim any meaningful victories if truth be told. Apart from being confoundingly elusive, the Light Wardens possess a troublesome quality which compelled us to delay our plans until such time as you arrived.
That is?
Forgive the interruption, my lord, but Hallminster Switch is requesting reinforcements. They say the Sin Eaters are attacking in force, and the village could soon be overrun.
Oh god. Must be a big boy over there then.
Alert the guard. We should be prepared in case the fighting reaches the Crystarium. You have command of our forces in the field, Captain, but hold off on entering the town until I arrive. That goes for Alphino and Alize as well.
My lord.
Pray, lend us your strength. Such a fight will provide you with far greater insight than any explanation I could offer.
Wonder if this is a Light Warden. No, it's a big boy since it's a bunch of them are flocking. Oldminster Switch is in the north of Lakeland, so we had best make haste with our preparations. In fact, meet me outside the Crystarium at the crossroads northwest of the Exeter Gate, and I shall lead you there myself. All set. If we follow this road north, we will arrive at the northern staging point. The village itself lies not far beyond. Quickly now. Yeah, that's probably a dungeon then. Hallminster switches past these gates and through the woods. It's not exactly a near neighbor to the Crystarium, but as we occupy the same region, we have built up something of a cooperative relationship. What can we expect inside, Captain? The town is beset by a swarm unlike any we have seen in recent years. We did our best to evacuate the villagers, but as many as half remain. Judging by the number of eaters present, we have a good reason to believe that a Light Warden leads the attack. How convenient. It seems we'll have our chance to slay a warden sooner than we expected. One does not simply slay a warden. Has no one told you what happens if you defeat one of those fiends? They hold more light inside them than all of their underlings put together. It can be struck down eye, but its essence won't dissipate like the weaker kind. Vile ether will billow outwards and envelop the nearest living being. A reckless young swordswoman, perhaps? Turn her into a brand new warden. How do we take it out? Ah, well, you can leave that particular quandary to us. I must ask that the guards stand down and allow us to engage this leader of eaters alone. Concentrate on the survivors. We must save every life we can. But what if... Understood, my lord. As captain of the guard, however, I will not watch you brave such danger without an escort from our ranks. I insist that I go with you. Right? Oh, very well. Then our warden slaying party shall include myself, the Livier's, Captain Lena, and last but not least... me! Let's beat some ass. A formidable group indeed. The Holdminster we go. Once we reach the Light Warden, do not hold back. We strike to kill. Dungeon, probably. Yeah, Holdminster switch. Alright, well, before that, I need to go bathroom. The instance dungeons encountered in Shadowbringer's main scenario quest can be completed solo alongside a supporting party of NPCs. Feature simply speak to one of the NPC companions near the entrance to the instance and select the option to form a party. If forming a party, you will need to follow the same role restrictions imposed when using the Duty Finder. Alternatively, you can find party members via the Duty Finder as usual and complete the instance with fellow players instead. Oh! It's pretty cool if I could do that like that. Oh my god! What is this? Oh, this is how I could use it?
Leave this to me.
Ah. All-rounder, so he serves as a tank. I guess I need a DPS. It's either Alize or Lena. Let's go with this.
Give it our all.
Actually, I want to see her fight.
Leave this to me.
Wait, trust help. What does this say? Wait, when using trust, coffers found on duty will contain free items. Additions, the menu will not drop reward. Oh, let's try it with them.